Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another One Piece reaction and review, this time chapter 1109, called Termination. So last week I did miss doing a video on the chapter. I obviously read it on my own time. I was just gone on a trip, so there was no real way for me to be able to make a video on the chapter. I was just, busy traveling and stuff. But, I'm kind of fine with it. It was a shorter chapter, so, the video wouldn't have been as long anyways. It's fine. But anyways, in the last chapter, I'm just trying to think. I remember we had a bit more stuff with Caribou. He was trying to, strike a deal with Van Auger and Katarina Devon. Is that who it was? Yeah. Just trying to be like, hey, I have this info, which, that makes sense. I think for a while, I always thought that Caribou was trying to get his information to Buggy. For whatever reason, those two just felt like they'd be allies or in the same group. But it does make sense that he'd be trying to give that information to Blackbeard too. Obviously, he's not associated with Blackbeard yet, and that's, he's trying to use that information to bargain and try to, strike a deal. But then we had some more stuff with the Giants, obviously. The vice admirals that are part of the Buster Call started taking action and stuff like that. Yeah, we had some more fights. I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. I know Luffy was, obviously in Gear 5th. He's doing stuff. Vegapunk's still alive, barely. But yeah, let's just get into the chapter. I saw this cover page, and I'm really interested. The cover story 26, a submerged Onigashima. So obviously, we're going to get something interesting here. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Maybe it might, in the next chapter, we'll cut to something different. Like, submerged Onigashima, we're going to talk about some random fishman or something. I don't know. But it's interesting that we're getting a focus on that. I don't know if we'll get, I just barely had a thought. Will we get like maybe a return of Kaido and Big Mom with this? Or, maybe one of them? I don't know. I'm not, I'm sure people have strong feelings about that. Because I do think, I know there are people who are like, please don't bring him back. Like, that's too common of a trope in One Piece. But I also understand the perspective of, these are well-established characters who still have a lot more stuff. They have enough substance to their characters, but they're still not completely 100%. We could still do a lot more with them. So I could see them maybe coming back. But Oda would have to really convince me with some really good storytelling and use them in some really cool ways. But anyways, let's actually get into the chapter proper. So we're up in the, wherever it's called, at the top of Egghead. Stella, is this wise? Even if you set this broadcast to start suddenly, it may not work. What do you mean, Shaka? We're counting... Whoa. Shaka is just okay? Did we know Shaka was okay? What is going on here? Oh, okay, wait. Even if you set this okay. So this is like a pre-recorded message. Okay. Even though I read that chapter, I was still kind of, wasn't 100%. So I've been kind of out of One Piece for a bit. I need to, get back locked in and stuff. So this seems to be a pre-recorded message. Shaka in the video says, we're counting too much on people being ready to receive this and relay this. You know how it is with information. Agencies always spread the news around the world by the next day. You think so? But what if someone intercepts or senses our message? You're right. Any suggestions? They're just talking away. They're not really saying anything big. The Navy guys that are like, where is this broadcast coming from? It's coming from every ship's transponders now. Oh, that's actually kind of crazy. The message goes on. We could piggyback off the Navy's comms traffic. Cut the connection. We can't. That's the thing. We can't. So they hacked into all their transponders now and we're relaying this message. I don't know what they're trying to do with it, but let's see. That would allow us to force a worldwide constant broadcast with our signal strength at maximum. Worldwide. So is this every single Navy's transponders now in the world, or is that a bit of an exaggeration? I guess we'll see. The message says, I see. That'll make it possible for anyone with a transponder snail to receive our initial voice message. Yeah, Luffy's looking around. Oh yeah, Luffy was in the middle of dealing with Kizaru and Saturn, and so, but now they're just kind of like, oh, what's going on here? But they'll still need a while to prepare their visual transponder snails. The time to set that up will vary from place to place. Let's take an interval of 1 hour. And then Saturn, he's just thinking, what are you planning to say, Vegapunk? Okay, so back with this group, Usopp and Nami and them. That's Vegapunk, right? An hour? That's too long. Don't you realize what will happen in that time? Chopper just says, where's it coming from? Why now? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what are they... Oh, here. What are they trying to do with this right now? It doesn't... It's weird. Okay. 10 minutes. So... not an interval of 1 hour, but now 10 minutes. Sanji here, he's protecting Vegapunk. He's just hanging out with him for right now. Vegapunk, that's your voice, right? Vegapunk is out. Hey, yeah, he's definitely lost a lot of blood. He's passed out. The message says, "People of the world," and Saturn, he looks a bit mad. He's like, "Oh no, wait, what's he gonna say here?" The Holy Land of Marijoa. Saturn, have you dealt with Vegapunk? What is this transmission? What is the meaning of this? So yeah, it seems... Or, like, are they getting it from their transponder snails? Is it literally every single place in the entire world is getting this? I'm just thinking about if there are other battles going on and, like, if the Navy's battling some other big-name pirates, like, how much chaos this could cause. Let's see. Kizaru delivered a killing blow. I saw it myself. He should be dead. Could he have set up a dead man switch so that this message would play upon the death of his main body? That could be it. But at the same time, I don't know if Vegapunk's actually dead. Let's just keep going. That seems likely. We have no way of knowing what he will say. So yeah, all the 5 elders are talking right now. I apologize. I still am not... I'm not 100% on their names. I'm sure as time goes on, I'll learn them. But right now, I don't know. The guy with the big mustache, he says, if we can just pinpoint the source of this broadcast. No one says the only location that seems plausible is the Labostrom on Egghead. But it's currently protected by that barrier of his. The transmission, they're just still not really saying anything. What should we do for the remaining 9.5 minutes? Wait, did we not see... What? I guess... So I guess we haven't seen their message yet, of course. In classic One Piece fashion, everyone else knows what's going on except for us, the reader. It just starts out with the people of the world, and we don't get to see it. And so the elders are like, okay, what was this message? What's up with that? So they finished saying their message. Now they're saying, what should we do for the remaining 9.5 minutes? So it was just a quick message. We could do some inventing. There's so much to do. How about some coffee? Over at Dressrosa New World. Okay, so yeah, it looks like this is going everywhere. Did you hear that? This is Dr. Vegapunk we're talking about. He's trying to tell the entire world something. It must be a big deal. Get a visual transponder snail out here. Put up a screen. Hurry, we only have 10 minutes. The wise men... yeah. Here we have Rebecca, the... Tauntatas, that's what it is. And those guys, and of course... Crap. Can't remember his name. Rebecca's dad. Coliseum Fire dude. Okay, whatever. It can't come to me, but they're all here. It's cool we're seeing them, but I'm guessing this is the only palette we'll get of them. The wise men Luffy land kidnapped. What's happening? Rebecca says, don't tell me you guys trusted another bad article about Lucy. The message is still going on. I could also calculate the probability of interference happening. We've got the video ready. Is that Vegapunk? Now we're going over to Fuchsia Village in the East Blue, over at, Luffy's hometown. This guy says, what's this all about? I thought it was just going to be more news bad-mouthing Luffy. A visual transponder now? If only the village had one. How about it, Mayor? Who's going to pay for that? Raising it wouldn't be free, you know. Isn't having audio enough? Okay, now we're over at Water 7 Grand Line. Wake up. This can't be good. Yawn. So yeah, here we have Iceberg, and of course I don't think we've actually seen his secretary in like actual chapters. I think she's just been like in the cover page that one time, or maybe a couple times after that. I don't know. Yawn, Alice. Prepare to screen the message. Yes, Mr. President. It's already playing in the room next door. Screens for each dock are also being prepared. It's nighttime, but considering the importance of this event, a summons has been issued. A summons has been issued notifying all citizens to be at screen within 10 minutes. Is there anything else? World Economic Journal. So over here with Morgan, Vegapunk, and Vegapunk. Whoa, Morgan's Wapple and Vivi. Wow. Okay. World Economic Journal. What's with this feed? It's being relayed through Navy frequencies, but it's unencrypted. Vivi says, "Where are Luffy-san and the others?" Don't be a ditz. Look at the clock in the background. That isn't the current time at Egghead. This must have been pre-recorded. After all, the Buster Call is bound to have reduced the island to a sea of flames by now. I mean, not really. They're holding their own. I mean, they're doing way better than holding their own. What am I saying? They're sitting nicely. Yeah, and then West Blue is Dr. Vegapunk in the flesh. Heard his mind was a cut above the rest, but this isn't what I expected. North Blue, the man who lit up the world. South Blue, he's going through all this trouble. What does he want the world to know? It might be the invention of the century or something. I'm just as curious as everyone else. Come on, Kamabaka Queendom. It'll take 10 minutes to brew the coffee. I won't get a sip. I see the probability of interference is in this time frame is exceedingly low. Okay, wait. Just barely. Just barely put it together. They're probably gonna say their message at the end. They started broadcasting this to tell people to get ready. So that's what's going on, right? That makes sense. Because I don't know why I was just like, oh yeah, everyone's setting up to receive the signal, even though he already said it. I don't know why they'd be tuning in to watch this. But yeah, he's probably going to have his message at the end. Ewan here says, what's Vegapunk up to now? More importantly, has he lost his head? Koala here. So that's the Dr. Vegapunk everyone's always talking about. I forget his name. He's the big dude. He's quite the man to do this in the middle of a crisis. I think I'll be dead soon. And it's Dragon thinking about that conversation he had with Shaka that one time. And then all the way back to Egghead. And so Luffy, he's just going to continue the fight. Looks like my punches don't damage you. Really? That's interesting. I mean, he still has to deal with both Saturn and Kizaru. And they both, I mean, it's both shots of their eyes. This particular panel of Kizaru's eyes glowing is pretty cool. What was he? I'm trying to figure out what he's doing here. He like does a backflip or something. I'm not, or is it them trying to get loose maybe or something like that? I'm not letting you two run off. Yeah, he's just got Saturn by the face still, and obviously holding Kizaru in his other hand. I'm not sure my friends have escaped. Gum Gum, Booming Dawn, and he just and slams them together. Symbol. It looks like a splat of blood, but I don't think that's what that is. And of course, he flattened them both, all cartoony like. So now they're both just like pieces of paper. And actually, Luffy starts spinning them like pieces of pizza. Since you keep getting better no matter what, I'll send you flying. And he flying for good. And he just launches them. They're flying off, obviously. Toss. He threw something. Oh, and it looks like he threw them into the Navy battleships. And Luffy's just cracking up. And then, this is Saturn here. Whoa, what? Saturn is somehow still in control of this situation somehow. He's able to curve himself and come back to Luffy. Huh? What's it gonna take to keep you down? And over here, Kizaru-san, what in the world happened? Are you alright? Admiral. He's laying on the ground. He's chilling. And now we cut back. There's no time, Saturn. Kinda allow Vegapunk to speak freely. Whoa! That was close. He's barely dodging Saturn's attack. The giants over here. Almost forgot about them, actually, which is crazy. There it is. This is our ship. Hope Vegapunk and the others are alright. Saturn says, I shall perform the summoning. Very well. What? And it looks like lightning is coming down, like black lightning. What the? Yeah, exactly. These guys, black lightning. And, okay, it looks like actual, like, portals to hell look like are opening up. And from the number of them, it looks like he's bringing the other elders here. So this is actually becoming way bigger than I thought it would be. Luffy, obviously, his eyes are popping out of his head. He's freaking out. Sanji over here, he's carrying Vegapunk back. And then, yeah, like Sanji says, it's... I actually didn't remember what it looked like when Saturn appeared, but Sanji says it's the same thing. So obviously, yeah, these are the other elders. Why do I keep thinking they're called something else? What are those 5 elder stars? The Gorosei. Maybe that's what I was thinking of, but yeah. So they're all coming here. We're probably not going to deal with them all here. Like, Luffy seemed to be able to hold his own a bit, but, like, I don't think... It's hard to tell because I don't think either of them, like Saturn and Luffy, they weren't like going crazy on each other. Like it wasn't a huge fight. If they're going all out, I don't know how much different the fight would go. But yeah, we still obviously didn't ever get Vegapunk's message. I'm just barely thinking about this. Like whenever they do this, where it's like they have a set time limit, it works well in manga because it's like when you're reading it like you don't actually take the moments as they happen. Like, especially because everyone reads at different pace, so it's not like you associate the actual time you're reading it to the time happening in story. Then when they bring it to the anime, it's obviously gonna feel off, especially with the anime's pacing. Like this 10 minutes is gonna be over the course of like, I mean, we don't even see the end of it here, so, like, it might be, like, a solid 2 episodes where they're like, 10 minutes until we see what Vegapunk's message was. Yeah. But, yeah, this was a great chapter. We didn't see much more of the Giants. I don't know what they're gonna... were the Giants leaving here or something? They're like, all right, we did some damage. Here's our ship. We're gonna head back. That's what it sounded like. I mean, I don't know. Oh, wait, no. I forgot. They have, like, some of the Straw Hats with them. I forget exactly who's with them. They do have people. Okay, that makes sense. I'm having such a hard time keeping up with everyone's locations in this arc. It's great. It's a great arc. I'm just having a hard time keeping track of all the new characters. When it comes to the anime... I think I'm going to have, when I watch the anime as it happens, it's going to be a lot easier for me to interpret what's going on, get everything in my mind a bit better, but yeah, all the elders are coming. Also just some fun stuff with Luffy's Gear 5. Like, it's always just fun. Like, come on. Flattening them and turning them into pizza dough and spinning them around, like, that's just fun. I don't know. I know... I mean, this is old news by now, but I know people are like, oh, why couldn't he get like a really cool epic power up? But that's just not in the spirit of One Piece. So it's weird. It's not something I'm going to go into unless someone, I don't know. I just like Gear 5, period. That's my opinion. But yeah, I don't know what he could be, what the message could be. I just, like, is he just going to, because they say, what are we going to do for the 9 minutes and 9.5 minutes we have? Like, because by that means it's a very short message, only 30 seconds, maybe even less. What does he have to say? Because at first I was like, okay, maybe he'd reveal stuff about the Void Century, but like, where do you even begin with that? what do you say? Do you reveal who Eam is? Maybe, I don't know. Like, how much time do you need to do that? And like, would that even be effective? Just saying, hey, there's a ruler of all the government named Eam. He's at the top of he's the top dog or whatever. Like, that seems kind of random. Would that really be effective? I don't know. It's really interesting. There's also the whole thing where it's like, hey, did he make this activate so that it activates when he dies? I don't know. I think Vegapunk's still alive. I'm not too passionate one way or the other. I'd be fine either way. But yeah, there's the chapter. I don't really have any more thoughts, so please tell me your thoughts on this video and on this chapter in the comments down below. Remember to save the blobfish, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.